Hey everyone, today is Tuesday, the 18th of September. I have absolutely no idea what to talk about, but that hasn't stopped me before. Um, hmm, hmm. I'm trying not to say or any other filler words. It is mighty windy out. Oh, trees. Reminds me. Yesterday, my dad and I chopped up the tree that fell down in our backyard. Well, not the whole tree, because only part of the tree fell over. So more like it's not half the tree. Well, maybe it was. It was kind of close to half the tree, like just shy of half the tree. I want to say 7/16 of the tree. Yeah. So he did all the cutting, and I did the heavy lifting, which branches. But there was some really dense wood in there, and there's a significant portion of the tree which has pretty much the density of lead on Jupiter. So it's a bit it weighs like lead on Jupiter. There you go. It's very heavy. That's what I'm trying to get across here. So so we managed to chop off most of the. He managed to chop off most of the branches. I managed to move most of the branches, and then I impressed my dad with my knowledge of levers, and I levered the big portion of the tree a bit, and we worked on that until we got it off the bricks that go through our backyard. So it was a bit of a hassle. At the end of the day, we were really tired. Um, so yeah. And then I finally got into Star Trek Online last night. I really wasn't feeling it, so I signed into Steam. One of my favorite pastimes is to browse the store at Steam, just to see, what's out there, what kind of indie games are being made and released on there. And I came across this little gem called Home. It is a bit of a psychological spooky game where your character has absolutely no idea what the hell has happened. So obviously neither of you, because of how it's placed. And you start coming across dead bodies, and it's exceptionally gruesome. But it's all done in like I want to say 16-bit graphics, so it's very pixelated. And at any given time, you only have like this orb of light around your character because he has a flashlight, and that's all you see at any given time. And you can slightly make things out along the edge of it, but you can't see down a hallway or any of that. And you're going through doors and stuff. You never know what's going to be there. It's all in all extremely creepy game that, depending on your level of interactivity with the game, like did you look at everything, did you pick up everything, did you leave things behind, depends on how the story progresses. So for example, at one point you find a gun. If you leave the gun, there is um, like one total reference to it later, where you come across a gun rack and there is a slot that's empty, and you think, oh, maybe that gun would have fit in there, but nothing ever comes of it. If you pick up the gun, when you find your wallet, you discover that you make mention there's no gun permit here. Um, you're moving from place to place. You feel reassured by the weight of the gun in your pocket. You get to the gun rack. You have the option of putting it back in the gun rack, or taking it with you. And then, depending on how things go, you have the option of committing suicide at the very end with the gun. So, or at least that's what I've heard. I never got to that point because I think the one time I picked up the gun, I played it twice yesterday. The one time I picked up the gun, I put it back in the gun rack because I didn't think about it. But really, it all depends on your level of interactivity with the game. I think it's a fascinating thought experiment. It's short. There is no saving function, so you play through it in one sitting. It takes about an hour tops. And there's no pause menu or any of that, but you really don't need one. It's not a traditional horror story by any means. It is definitely a game designed to creep you the hell right out. And in fact, the instructions for the game are simple: put on a pair of headphones and turn out all the lights, because there's ambient noise going on there. There's no music. There's just the ambient noise. It is you are trapped in this environment and you have to find your way through it. And it's very fascinating. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend you try it out, seeing as it's like, what, $3 on Steam? Yeah. So, I'm a huge fan of independently developed games, or, indie games. And, yeah. Recommend you check that out. I'll put a link down below to the Steam page for it, if I remember to do so, which I probably will. Anyways, that's it for today. I have laundry to fold and cycle around and stuff like that. And then I'm going to hop into Star Trek Online and work on my Klingon character some. Until next time.